Okay, of course, Dan Wesson Revolver. We've tried the shells here just so that you guys can see what's going on. This one on the right here is a regular wind gun or Dan Wesson shell. This will shoot 500 in the gun with 2.0s. This is a low power default shell. It's a little bit harder plastic on here, and it'll shoot like 320s with 2.0s. You can buy these. Nice, one shot, it's good. And then this is a plastic shell that you put the BB in the bottom. You actually get a little bit more than 500. So in order, I should put the plastic one in the middle, and it actually works. What I could do with this though is I was putting 6 BBs in and a little piece of cotton or paper towel or tissue paper on top of there. So you're basically loading a shell. But if they chrono you with 1 BB all the time, it's going to be hot. Now these 2 shells I have made up with a little blue marking on them so I know that they're good. What I did is I put some hot glue in there. Just a little bit smooth on the swab. Then I drilled it out with a drill bit that's just a little bit bigger than a BB. That's just a little bit bigger. Not as big as a BB, but you know, it's about the same size as a BB. And I put it through there. And what you will notice, get a couple of BBs here so I can show you, is when you put the BB in, this particular shell, alright, and this one too, okay, and I'm going to force them down. Alright, they don't come out from there. The problem is where I have the hot glue on these, the one is a 5, holds 5 BBs, the other one holds 6. So what I'll do is I'm going to load both of them up with 6 and I'll show you what happens. Okay, as you saw I put 1 BB in each. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them over, push the one in the bottom. Okay, that's got a BB in the bottom. So there's 2 in that one. And these are all 2.0 Vulcan Bio BBs. There's 2 in that one. Alright, starting with this one, we're going to go, there's 3, 4, 5, and we're going to push the 6th one in there. And this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Now both of them are loaded with 6 BBs. So I have a couple too many here. Now, I want to make sure that they're all the way down. Alright, without going crazy on it. Alright, they're both all the way down. They both have 6 BBs in them. They're both roughly, it's hard to see, but you can see the white one in there. Now this one comes out all the time. I can push it back in there and that 1 BB will come out all the time. So that's the one that holds 5. This one has the hot glue a little farther to the top. Even though it rattles, all 6 BBs are in there. Okay, so what we're going to do, that's the 6, and this is the one that falls out. This is the 5. So we're going to be shooting the 6 first. And I'll zoom in on the chrono here so we can well, you know what? I'm going to go out a little bit so you can still see it. Okay, I got it set for the 2.0 weight BBs. This is 6 shot. 284. It's hard to see the 4, but it's 284. Here's the 5 shot. 343. The 5 shot has got a little heavier piece of stuff in there and it slows it down. Even without the other one, I've never gone over 330 or 340 with this. So in a CQB and fire, and this is with 2.0s, remember. So in a CQB environment where they have it with 350, this would be legal to be able to use. But I'd have to have all these shells made up so they all work consistently the same way. It's very expensive to buy the low power shells, but let me show you those. I do have a video on this, which I will link in the description, for the low powered shells. Now you saw what the 5 and 6 round shots do. This is a single low powered shell. 295 using .20 BB. So you have one shot and it's a lot less FPS. Where I'd have 5 or 6 shots, better spread, and a little bit more advantage when you're shooting at somebody and they get a spread of BB. So there is a way to do this, and I might do the rest of these up. I have 6 shells like this, the plastic ones, plus I have 2 other revolvers that both have 12 shells. So I could in essence have like 24 30 shells for this with the blue marking, which is what I'm going to mark them all, the ones that I've done up. So that's just a little follow-up on this. I'm going to see if I can consistently do the hot glue with this. Basically, I put the hot glue on a swab, like smear it around, and then just put it down in the tip a little bit and back out, so it has like a polish on there. Now or like a little film on there, and eventually I can see that it's going to wear out. But where it's a little heavier on the 5-shot one, you get a little higher FPS. Where it's a little thinner, you don't hold the 6 BBs, but it actually still has a pretty decent FPS, over 300 with 5 shots. So, and it's got a pretty good spread, as you can see in the last video. So this is something that I'm going to do up. I'm going to do the other 3 shells up that I have, so I have 5. Maybe I'll do the 6th one as well, and just see how it works out, and I might follow up on the video on this. Okay, quick follow-up just to make sure that everybody knows what I'm doing. Here's the hot glue gun, and what I was doing is basically taking a swab. Here, I'll take a new one, and I was putting hot glue on it and just swishing it around on the inside here. Now, I think I did really well, because not only do these take 6 now, I actually got 7 in here because I got the extra BB on the top, and they don't fall out. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a chrono here just to see how low of an FPS we get with 7. Okay, first shot. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Well, I'll just tell you the FPS. You might be able to see it. 257, 227. Depends on how hard the stuff holds in there. But let me show you an example here. You can see there's a little bit of hot glue spew on the outside. Here, let's get a couple of BBs just so we see how they go in. Here's one. There's one. All right, I'm going to put one more in here just for giggles, and one more in there, and one more in there. Now, they don't come out. Now that one came out. I don't think I pressed it in far enough, but let's see. Okay, all the BBs come out on that one now. So that's a negative. All right, now putting them in from the bottom, I guess they hit the whatever it is on the bottom there. Let's there's 5. That's 5 right there. There's 5 in there. Well, there's 5 holds on this one. It hits the stuff in there. Let's see how many we can get in here. Putting them in the bottom. Now there, that's hilarious. That holds 7, and it's staying put. I guess it depends on how much hot glue I put in there. If I just swirl it around quick, wherever I end it when I swirl it around in there, and I take the 3/16 drill bit inside there just to clean out any excess glue, I guess it could be 5 to 6, 5 to 7. But this one has hot glue all the way to the top still, I guess, and it's holding the BBs. So let's do a difference on the shots here. First one's going to be 5, second one's going to be 7 again. Okay, on a 5 shot, 369. So that one's shooting a little hot, but it's 2.0, so it's still legal for the arena I'm at. Here's the 7, 306. I think with the tighter consistency, with holding the BB a little bit harder, the FPS can build up and shoot out. But still, 306 on 7 BBs, that's phenomenal, in my opinion. Now, I want to load them up again, and I'm finding that loading them from the bottom actually seems to be the way to do this. There's 3. I'm going to pull back a little bit. 4, 5. Not falling out. Here's 6. And if that falls out, so that's a 5. And you can see the little bit of splits here on the end here, which probably is going to eventually come out. There's 1, 2, 3. Now with the 3, it doesn't come out. Let me get a couple more BBs. 3, 4, 5. They're rattling around, but they're not coming out. Here's 6. And one on the floor here I got. And here is 7. And the BB is right at the top and will not come out. So there's a 5 and a 7 again. Let's give them another shot. We'll do the 5 first. 7 second again. Just the 5 round. 334, 7 round. 302. So it's about the same. I'm going to do the rest, these other 2 up here, just to see how they do, and we'll go from there. Final conclusion here, I'm not going to keep messing around with these. Hot glue on these, you get anywhere from 5 to 7, depending on the shell. Most of them are, I think I've got 3 that are holding 5, 2 that are holding 7, and 1 that's holding 6. So it's problematical. They'll all hold 5. FPS would go anywhere from like 270 to 330, depending on if it's 7 all the way up to 5. So it's still way under using 2.0s. Power down shells are more efficient. I will say that. It's just this little rubber thing here just holds 1 shell. You try to drill that down or do anything to it, most you might be able to get would be 1 more shell. If ASG would actually make this body down farther so that it would hold like 3 or 4 BBs, I think 4 BBs in like this Dan Wesson Revolver would get the FPS down to a respectable level where you could use it for CQB. Just my thoughts. I did send a message off to ASG to see if that's anything they're contemplating, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see what kind of shells Brain Exploder comes out with and where he's selling them at and the price range. See if they're more applicable than buying the power down shells. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.
Set.
Set.